we're going to talk about today are educational workshops. Why educational workshops are beneficial both to the agent and the client, and how they can save you tons of money. Let's jump right into it here. Have you ever thought about offering a dinner seminar? Have you thought about the price and the cost how much it'll cost you to do a dinner seminar? Well, let me break it down for you real simply on the costs. Average invitation, the average mailing for a wedding style invitation costs between $3,000 and $6,000. That's a big investment to send out mailers. They do work, let's state that. But there are better ways, or easier ways, more cost-effective ways to get the message out there. On top of that $3,000 to $6,000, you're looking at $20 to $30 a head to feed the prospects. A lot of agents have a problem with feeding prospects just to the fact they think they have plate lickers just coming for the meal. And I'll tell you, that doesn't happen. People aren't going to waste their time coming to a 2-hour presentation or an hour presentation for a free dinner. I don't care how good the food is, they're not going to do it. Two things that you really can consider. Other costs, you got to think about are projectors, screens, all the other essentials, laptops. So you have a lot of costs involved in doing a full dinner workshop, dinner seminar. On average, the best part is you get between 75 to 150 people over 3 nights, which is, in most cases, more prospects than the average agent sees in 1 year. So there are a lot of benefits to doing dinner seminars, but educational workshops are a much more cost-effective opportunity. So what is so great about educational workshops? Well, one, they're virtually free. If I could show you a way to get between 10 to 20 buying units in a room for under $500, could you do them on a weekly basis then, and have tons of prospects to see each and every day, each and every week, and an ongoing stream of prospects? So what's the best way to get started with educational workshops? Well, the first thing is to get out and do it. You can't sit around and wait and think you have to know everything before you can get out there and do it. So many times agents will purchase a system, purchase a book, a PowerPoint, whatever they're trying to do, and try to learn the whole thing and internalize the whole thing and master the whole thing before they get out and do it. And with most agents that I've talked to, some of them are still 2-3 years down the road, are still trying to internalize and master it before they get out and do anything. And that period of time, they're making no money. And if they make no money, where are they going to be in a year? Key to educational workshops is, one, is get out and do it right now and get started with it. So the next question is, how do I get started? Where do you start with this? Who do you invite? Where do you hold it? There's a lot of variables that go into this. First step is making a list of who you want to invite. That's probably one of the biggest keys. You want to invite your friends, your family, people you do business with. If you have joint venture partners, invite them and their clients. If you invite your current clients or prospects you have, tell them the cost of admission to bring a friend, so you get a referral off the bat. You want to invite, your doctors, your CPA, your attorney, people you do business with, your Publix clerks, your gas station attendants, whoever you do business with, your mechanics, everything, and invite them to the workshop. To have a friendly face in the audience who knows you, who's done business with you, can only help your credibility in the long term. So where to hold the workshop? There's lots of different ideas where you can hold a workshop. Libraries, conference rooms, senior centers, at some of your clients' homes. Do it as kind of a Tupperware party style. They invite 5-6 couples they know, and you come in, you bring pizza or snacks or subs or whatever, and do your workshop. 5-6 couples in a room for under $100, is it worth it? Absolutely. Because when you go through a lot of stuff we train you on, and a lot of stuff we teach, you're going to see that we'll get between 75 and 100% appointment ratio at workshops or seminars. It doesn't matter. It's all about the questions you ask, and that's what you have to learn. There are a few tricks to get people to show up. You got to have it less than 5 miles from where they live. If you're having it at a local library, pull a 5-mile radius of the library. You're using the crisscross directory, Hill Darling, whatever, or if you're using a mailing company, they'll be able to do that for you also. Plan on serving some kind of snack. You have to have some kind of refreshments there. It helps to bring the draw. It makes it more of a social event rather than just a stale financial guy talking for an hour. If you have something to offer, it does make it more of a social event. People are a lot more laid back and willing to listen to what you have to say. Scheduling the event, you want to give people enough time, because if you're dealing with middle American families, you want to give them enough time where they can get home, deal with the kids, make dinner, and then get to the event, in most cases. So you don't want to hold your event any earlier than like 7 o'clock in the evening. And as far as what days, you don't want to do it any day but Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday's a second alternative, But here in Georgia, it's the Bible Belt. There's church every Wednesday, so Wednesday's a no-go in Georgia. In a lot of southern states, it's the same way. But Tuesday and Thursday are the easiest days to hold the seminar, the workshop on. Simply because of the fact that Mondays are crazy days back to work, kids are off at school, homework, everything else. It's a nightmare. Fridays, no one wants to sit through a functional seminar. They want to go in if they're young, 30 to 40, they may go out and have a few drinks at the bar with their friends. They may go play poker at night. Lots of different reasons. When you're scheduling the event, be wary of holidays. Be wary of the weather in some cases. We had a couple, things a couple years ago. One of the agents out in St. Louis, the year St. Louis went to the World Series, he has scheduled a workshop during the playoffs. Figuring the Cardinals were out of it, he didn't have to worry about it. Cardinals came back, won the series, and won the World Series. He had no one show up at his workshop because St. Louis is all tied up in the World Series. So be wary of sporting events. Be wary of the holidays, the weather. Weather you can't predict in a lot of cases, but you can look 2 weeks out in advance and see approximately if there's going to be a bad blizzard coming or a hurricane, tornadoes, to a point. So be wary of that kind of stuff. Another insider secret to holding a successful workshop is the invitations and follow-up. The invitation, when you mail it out to people in a 5-mile radius of where you're holding some of the workshop, will get some people to respond right away. The trick is to touch them one more time, to call them. I know I always hate doing the cold calls and hate doing any kind of phone call work at all. When you send them the invitation, to follow up with a phone call brings a direct impact to their life.